60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm John.
I'm Nancy.
And we are
J&N
J&N Travels.
Travels.
Thank you for joining us on another sunny day here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's been beautiful weather-wise.
This is our new live. What we do is pick offbeat stories, travel stories,
Mm-hmm.
and we spend about 30 minutes just going through them.
Yeah.
Something different than the norm. Hope you enjoy them. And a few little housekeeping things, Nancy, before we get into them. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to ring the bell so you'll know when these different lives pop up. And give a check to our Facebook page. We have a lot of things going on there. We have a joke of the week. We have Nancy's Photo Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
We have Miscellaneous Monday, which are some interesting stories. So take a peek at our Facebook page when you have a chance. It's J&N Travels Facebook page. If you're trying to get a hold of us, jnntravels@yahoo.com. Just send us an email. And we have two lives going on right now. We have every other Sunday, we have a live where we start off with Tanisha time.
Yes.
And we follow it with our games. That was a couple weeks ago. So our next live is this coming Sunday at 4 o'clock. Please look out for the thumbnail on that. And of course, we go next Wednesday at 12:15, which is our normal time. We moved it back 15 minutes to noon because I've got to run off to a dentist appointment as soon as this is done.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for joining us. And I guess we'll start right in with our stories.
All right.
So let's bring the birds up on stage. So our first story for today is an interesting one. It's at SeaWorld. It's Flamingo Point.
Yeah, I've heard about that place.
Now, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Discovery Cove. Discovery Cove is a park that's part of SeaWorld where they only hold a certain amount of people. I forget where they cap it off at. You pay a much higher price. You spend the day. It's got a lagoon. You can swim with the fish. The dolphins. You can swim with the stingrays. When we went, food and drinks were all included with it. It's a great time. But it's peaker than usual, as they say, because Flamingo Point is open. This is a new area.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't open when we went.
No, they didn't even offer this.
No, they didn't offer it.
The fenced-in amoeba-shaped area gives visitors to Discovery Cove more access to the birds. Flamingo Point will be the opportunity for guests to see these guys all day long as part of the Discovery Cove experience. You can watch them swim, play, interact with each other, nest in some cases, and generally strut their stuff as they walk around. Flamingo Point is now has a section of it called Flamingo Mingle, a Discovery Cove add-on activity that allows even closer encounters with the Caribbean flamingos.
You know what a group of flamingos is called?
No, what is it called?
Flamboyant.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't remember that
no.
from the Disney Safari ride?
No, I did not know that.
Flamboyant.
Okay. Some of these are 5 feet tall. They don't seem that tall, but they're curious about people who are curious about them. Some of the birds stand right next to the fence and seem to engage in a staring contest with visitors. During the flamingo mingle option, visitors go inside the fenced area with the birds, get down on their level, and feed them from a bowl.
I think they should make a dance called the Flamingo
Mingo, dingo.
Mingle.
Who
Let's
kno-
do the Flamingo
Mingo,
Mingle.
yeah.
Dee 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 dee.
Humans are asked not to touch the flamingos, but the birds engage with the visitors by rubbing against their clothing, sniffing
Aw.
around their shoes, and picking at their hair. Now, this is not included in your Discovery Cove fee.
Oh, it's not
No, this
Oh.
is actually
an additional fee.
an additional fee, and the fee for this ranges between $59 to $99, depending on the date.
Oh.
So this is something like the
Dolphin swim. Yeah.
You pay a certain price to get in. We did this before, and if you do an add-on, I think the dolphin was $200 extra.
Yeah.
Then you can swim with the dolphins. So a lot of stuff is covered, but they do have these add-ons now. So this is $59 to $99. And Mission to Discovery Cove right now runs between $179 to $399, depending on the date. We found that, like you said, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
When we went, it was off season. We got a better price, but you had to wear wetsuits also.
Yeah,
Because
you
it
had to
was
wear
colder.
wetsuits, but it was a great experience, and I love how they limit the amount of people that comes in because it's not overcrowded, and the food was great.
Right, exactly. Hey, I'd like to say hello to Maxwell Smart.
Hi,
Thanks for joining
Maxwell.
us, and to the Carnival Cruise Addicts. Thank
Hey,
you
Cruise
for coming
Addicts.
in. We appreciate it. Okay, so Nance, what is your first story of
Okay,
the
this
day?
is my unusual or offbeat travel stories. Well, this certainly is an offbeat travel story. I like how you brought the picture up. Okay, so not your traditional place to bathe. A group arrived in Gondola, Sudan after 6 days of cycling in the desert, and they hadn't showered and were all covered in dirt and sweat, probably mud too. And they weren't treated to luxury though, and had to set up camp in an old abandoned zoo. That's strange. The zoo had high steel walls and nobody was allowed in. They, however, somehow got in, and it didn't become really strange. And then they all started bathing in their red supply boxes that they carry their cycling gear in. Someone found a hose, so they all filled up the little 100-liter boxes and took a bath.
I don't know how that guy is fitting in that
I
box. That was a
know.
bicycle bear box,
Yeah,
you
it was
said?
a bicycle.
Jeez.
So they found a way to get into this old abandoned zoo. Somebody found a hose and they took baths in this 100-liter red bicycle gearbox. Well, at
Okay.
least they got clean.
Look at him now. It looks almost like a contortionist act, the circus contortionist
Oh
act,
my
doesn't it?
goodness, yeah. Another African experience they had was when they had been cycling for days on end through sand. Once they crossed the Ethiopian border, they camped in a patch of grass, which they shared with cows and donkeys. They had to keep an eye out for cow patties, and at one point saw a cow drinking out of the bottom of one of their trucks. The trucks carried the water through the desert in a big bladder underneath. The cow was slurping from the bladder like it was sucking on its mom's teat. This may sound like a little strange experience, but it didn't get weird until they all lined up to have a shower at the brothel next door. They raved about how amazing it was. Your standards lower a lot when you are in the desert. I guess so.
So it's interesting. Yeah, I guess you do stuff you would never do, right?
Right.
You need that shower. You smell.
Where was the strangest place for me anyways, it wasn't that strange, but the strangest place I ever took a bath was when we canoed down the Saco River in Maine. This is before I met you, and we took a bath in the Saco River, and we had biodegradable soap,
kind
and
of,
we had our bathing suits on, and we just took a bath. We
kind of
cleaned
like
ourselves.
our ancestors of yore, right?
Yeah.
Bathed in the river. Yeah, and I can't think of any spot that was weird. Considered weird that I
Yeah,
bathed.
that's the only one that I did.
Hey, Brian, thanks for
Hi,
joining us,
Brian.
Brian. How you doing?
But
That's
the water
interesting.
was really clean, and with the
Yeah.
biodegradable soap.
Well, those are coming down from melt off from the
Yeah,
mountains,
so it was
and
great.
yeah.
We got all clean.
What we do is we add in to our show a rebus. We show it every couple of news items, and we give you the answer at the end. So this is the first one today. Nancy's not privy to these. Don't tell the
Oh,
answer if you know it.
I
but
don't. I'm trying to guess it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's the one for today.
Oh, I think
Okay.
I know what it is.
All right. Our next news story comes to me.
Well, that's pretty.
10 mistakes Americans commonly make when visiting Europe. These are kind of interesting ones. The first, actually, I think I only got 9. I only said 10. It should be 9. Number 1, renting cars in major cities. Don't rent a car if you're going to stay in a major capital. It's not worth it. Use public transportation. I guess I'm to assume that renting cars over there is very expensive, right?
Well, when we went to Italy,
So-
we took the train everywhere. That's all I could tell you.
Yeah,
Never
and that's what a
rented a
lot of
car.
people do. And who
Yeah.
knows, maybe the traffic rules are different
Yeah.
and stricter. Number 2, accepting street flowers. So someone hands you a flower. It seems like a courtesy if you get one around here. This is a popular scam.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, they give you the flowers as gifts,
Yeah.
and then they really push hard and follow you around for money.
Oh gosh.
So once it's in your hand,
Oh, don't
they're treating
accept
it like
flowers.
it's like you bought it.
It's almost like what they do with the monkeys in the
Yes.
Caribbean with the trying to get a picture. Oh, they put the monkey on your shoulder and you think it's all cute and everything, and they take a picture and then they try to get you to pay for it, right?
That is one of the biggest scams, and we were aware of it ahead of time, so we never got to it. But they literally come up to you with the monkey and put it on you, and then they expect
Payment.
at the time it was $20, and they absolutely hound you and berate you if you don't pay it.
Right.
It's a very bad experience. We actually that was a time we spent 3 hours with a monkey, and basically just the cost of our beer. Yeah.
At this little I guess it was a little bar shack with food and drinks, and the owner had 2 green monkeys that he had, and they were interacting with us.
Yeah.
They were adorable.
You want to see us playing with some monkeys at a bar?
They were adorable. They were grabbing our beer
videos.
bottles. They were trying to get your peanuts that you had in your pocket.
Yeah.
One had a diaper on.
Yeah, they were cute and they were fun.
One of them tried to grab a lady's earring, right? Oh, they were adorable. They were just so funny.
That's right. He took her earring or a necklace. Was it her earring?
I think it was her earring. But oh gosh, we got some great video of that. They were adorable.
Number 3 of our 9 mistakes Americans make in Europe is, this is a common sense one, don't ever tell strangers where you are staying.
Oh, I know.
You just open yourself up to have someone follow you or break in or any number of things.
Right.
Number 4, falling or jumping into a canal is a health risk. To me, this would be common sense, but I guess people look at these canals and say, oh, it's a body of water like like a beach, and we'll actually jump in them. And obviously they're polluted. Most of them are very polluted.
I mean, I've been to Venice and it does have a little stench. I mean, I wouldn't want to.
Well, this one was even referring to these canals in I forget what country it was. It was the Dutch area.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to Venice. Okay.
Well, no, all those canals. I imagine they all
canals,
fall under the same thing, right? Number 5, don't step in the bike lane. Bike lanes can be hazardous to your health and dangerous.
Okay.
Now over here, you think you step there, the bike's going to slow down, but I guess in Europe they're very aggressive, and you could be knocked over by one of these bikes. Number 6, don't tell your name to strangers. Now this is a scam. I don't know if we saw it happen, but I know people have had this happen to them. Popular scam is they will rush to personalize something and then cause a scene if you won't buy it. Like they say, what's your name? They write it on the jewelry box.
That's what happened to our daughter when she went to Haiti. She had she didn't want it, and they said, "What's your name?" And she said her name, and they engraved it on the thing, so she was obligated to buy it. And she didn't even like it. She was going to throw it away. I says, "Give it to me. I'll take it. I'll use it for my jewelry." But that's what happened to her, and I think it was like $20.
Whatever it is, it's ridiculous. They'll write on anything. It could be a mug or anything else.
Yeah, it was a little box, a little jewelry box. And I said, don't throw it away. It had her name on it. I said, I'll take it. But yeah, she kind of got taken with that.
Hey, Cruise Nuts, thanks for coming in. Nice to see you guys. We are on number 3 of our offbeat news stories in under 35 minutes.
Hi, Cruise Nuts. And did I say hi to everybody? Hi, everybody. It's in our chat today.
Number 7, don't dress like a wealthy tourist. Again, an obvious thing. They look at you, they think you have a lot of money with you, and it opens you up to more.
Well, so I saw some people that, bring all their, even on cruises, they'll dress like with their expensive jewelry and stuff, and I'm always nervous.
Leery of it. A cruise you'll probably get away with.
Yeah, on a cruise you probably will. You have a safe and everything, but Who wants to walk down the street with all this expensive jewelry?
Right. Be careful. Number 8, be careful when you're overseas, ignoring customs and taking certain things for granted because we're used to it back home here. Some examples that I put down. In Germany, it is illegal to mock National Socialism in the form of a raised arm salute.
Oh, really?
Other illegal actions are selfies at the Holocaust Museum,
Oh,
writing
okay.
narcissistic remarks in the Anne Frank Museum visitor's
Oh,
log,
really?
or denying the Holocaust, which is illegal in 18 European countries.
Wow.
So
I
it's
rem-
stuff that we just assume. So be careful before you
I
venture out.
remember when we went to Italy, and at the time I was 14 years old, and the popular outfit for girls were those sizzlers, which was very, very short, like a mini skirt. And I had one of those on, and they let me in the church, and they wouldn't let my father in the church because he had shorts.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
had
wow.
this really short
funny.
skirt, and they said fine. They wouldn't let my father in. 'Cause
Double
he said-
standards.
he had shorts on, which were longer than my shirt,
And-
my sizzler, and they wouldn't let him in.
And the 9th mistake Americans commonly make in Europe is choosing the right restaurant. There are lots of restaurants near popular attractions.
Yeah.
And it's suggested that you go a little bit off the beaten path because the ones close by usually have much lower quality food
Mm-hmm.
and cost a lot more money.
Mm.
So I guess 8 where the locals eat, right?
Yeah,
Would be
even
the way to
locals
look at
eat,
it.
right?
Okay. You're on story number 4,
Oh,
Nance.
story number 4. Okay, this is interesting. 101 is the Disney code that is telling other cast members that a ride is down. They say 101, so guests don't hear on the radio. Space Mountain
So these
is
are
broken or shut
theme
down.
park codes you
Yeah,
read?
theme park codes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, special theme park codes. 101 is the Disney code that is telling other cast members that a ride is down. They say 101, so guests don't hear on the radio. Space Mountain is broken or shut down. So many people now know that that means that a ride is broken and it doesn't really work anymore. You will hear a cast member say something is 101, and nearby guests will immediately start telling their friends that a particular ride is not working. I believe 102 is a code for the ride being reopened. A code 70 is given when there's a missing child. Disney World cast members never refer to a lost child. Instead, it's a lost parent or a lost adult, which is language that is meant to keep children calm. And when they are found, code V means that someone has gotten sick. I see. Okay, so let me reread that. A code 70 is given when there's a missing child. Disney World cast members never refer to a lost child. Instead, it's a lost parent or a lost adult, which is language that is meant to keep children calm if and when they are found. A code V means that someone has gotten sick in the park and it'll need to be cleaned up. Universal also has a similar policy, just with a different code.
Yeah, I had actually read that I can't remember the number now all of a sudden, but there's actually one if they come across a deceased body on one of the rides. Yeah.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen that often. Boy.
You would hope it doesn't happen.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, we went on a ride. I think it was the Avatar ride that someone got sick on, so they would have had to have done a code V, right? Did you ever hear them say that?
See, I don't know if it's on. That's what I think is
Yeah.
weird because you don't really hear it on the loudspeaker,
Yeah,
right? I don't know if
yeah.
they're private intercoms, which if you're
Yeah.
standing right there, you can hear it. Probably is their private
Yeah, because
intercom.
the Avatar ride is so much fun, but if you do have motion sickness, there is a possibility that you could get sick. But yeah, I didn't hear anything like that. But
Okay, and here is the before we go on to story number 5. Here's Rebus again. We'll put this up for a few seconds at the end. We'll look at the answer, see if anyone got it. This is today's Rebus. And we move on to our next one. Now, this is a new feature we're going to have every week. Find some offbeat, out of the ordinary place to rent out, place for lodging.
Yeah.
This one week we chose the Dolly Parton. Would you like to live like Dolly Parton? Ever wonder how the free spirit, yes, glamorous Dolly Parton lived on the road?
Parton.
Now, this is on the road, okay? So
yeah.
you can rent this.
Yeah.
You can be one of the first to stay overnight in her actual one-of-a-kind tour bus.
Oh, wow.
But it'll cost you. The tour bus known as Suite 1986 at Dollywood Dreammore Resort and Spa in Pigeon Forge is taking reservations. This is probably near her. Dollywood, right?
Yeah.
The park. Guess how much it costs for 2 nights stay.
$500?
$10,000 for a
What?
2-night stay
What?
in the colorful, cozy
Oh
space
my goodness.
that's full of Dolly's belongings and custom amenities, from her sparkling guitar to a cabinet for her many wigs.
Wow.
The 45-foot bus includes a couch, a kitchen, a dining room table, 2 separate toilets, a tub, and a large bedroom.
Wow.
It's full of warm colors, cozy pillows, fresh flowers, and a few sparkles. She tore out 3 of the 6 bunk beds to build a closet, which displays Dolly's attire with shiny gowns and butterfly jewelry. Is that a big thing with her, butterflies?
Yeah.
Okay. The walls are adorned with custom murals depicting life on the road, and the bedroom features floor-to-ceiling pink and purple decor from the bedspread to the custom painted ceiling. Guests of Suite 1986 will get special culinary creations, dedicated concierge service, and exclusive Suite 1986 swag to take home. The tour bus sleeps 2 guests, and the reservation comes with an additional Dream More room that sleeps 4.
Wow.
It's located in a gated space just outside the Dream More with easy access to its restaurants and amenities. Patton traveled an estimated 360,000 miles in this bus. It's 44 bus from 2008 to 2022.
Oh my goodness.
And now it's been turned into a, I guess you call it an Airbnb, right?
Yeah,
Said the suite really reflects how she lived on the road.
You know, she had humble beginnings. If you ever have a chance to, you know, see a Dolly Parton documentary, it's really fascinating. And she is humble, and she's very, very talented.
Cruz would say, "Sorry, Dolly, not going to happen." I know.
I know, but
that's the inside of it too, right there. So
yeah, I like her. I think she's a really talented songwriter.
So if you have a family of 6, you could sleep in there, and then let the kids sleep in the bunkhouse out back, right?
That's crazy. Crazy.
It is. So that's the hotel lodging of the week. All right, Nance.
Okay, so
your story number 6.
Story number 6 is Carnival Corporation rolls out SpaceX's Starlink. Carnival Corporation, the world's largest cruise company, announced that 100% of its ships across the global fleet are equipped with Starlink high-speed global internet connectivity. The completed installation further enhances Carnival Corporation's onboard experience for its guests and crew to provide even faster service, greater capacity, and more reliable Wi-Fi on its fleet of 90-plus ships across the world-class cruise brands. The rollout of Starlink is the latest in a series of innovations and investments from Carnival Corporation that have collectively quadrupled its fleet-wide bandwidth since 2019 through its industry-leading connectivity strategy. The update rivals on land connectivity experiences, enabling guests and crew to stay connected anywhere in the world, including sharing pictures and videos, scrolling on social media, streaming live content, and working remotely. That's kind of nice with working remotely. Yeah. Carnival Corporation began its fleet-wide rollout on Starlink in December 2022. Everybody needs to stay.
Starlink's going crazy. I mean, they're getting satellites to cover the whole world and out there, and it gives you a very fast internet. Yeah. The biggest complaint, people are paying a lot of money for internet that's really crap.
Yeah.
So Starlink is really good, and it seems like everyone's buying it. All the cruise lines are buying it now.
Well, a lot of people work from home, and that's a perfect way to travel.
But even just if someone keeps up with their YouTube, or their Facebook, you know what I mean? Yeah. You need that speed.
Yeah.
So
everybody wants to stay connected in this high-tech world of ours.
Right, exactly. So my last story is, actually, before I do that, let's throw the rebus up there again. You can give your answers at the end. You looking at it? Do you think you know what it is?
I'm just going to guess, but it's probably, you want me to guess it now?
No, not yet. At the end. Okay, so my last story, we have 2 more stories to go. The most popular airport, well, I should say one of the most popular ports now. I think it's actually number 2. I think Miami's the most popular. Port Canaveral might be number 2. But one of the most popular ones is Port Canaveral. And I thought this was interesting because we're always looking at these. If you're going to fly in there to take a cruise, what would be the most convenient airport to go into, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a few around there. So the Orlando Airport, MCO, is a top choice for those heading to Port Canaveral. And that's what we've flown into before.
Yeah.
It's only 45 minutes from port. This makes it really convenient for a Port Canaveral cruise stop. Now, the cruise lines are very sneaky. They list the cruise port that you go out of as in Orlando, and it's nowhere near Orlando. It's an hour and a half inland. Orlando's an hour and a half inland from where the port is, so it's very deceiving. But I think they use that to get people to go down there thinking it's right near Orlando. They get these inexpensive hotels in Orlando, and then find out they have an hour drive minimum the next day. This makes it really convenient for Port Canaveral cruise stop. MCO is one of the many picks for the Port Canaveral cruise. Another one is the Sanford Airport, with the letter call it is SFB, and that's 60 miles northwest and connects to over 70 U.S. cities. So there's a second one if you get a good flight in there.
Yeah.
There's also the Melbourne Airport with the call is MLB, which is just 27 miles south of the port. So that one's actually the closest, right? But it's a smaller airport. Even though Melbourne Airport is the closest, MCO is chosen more. Think about the time to port from each airport when you're planning your Port Canaveral cruise. The ride from MCO takes about 45 minutes. From Sanford Airport, it's roughly 65 minutes. And from Melbourne Airport, just 50 minutes. But there's less flights, of course, in there. There are shuttles from MCO to Port Canaveral starting at $30 a person. I never knew that. So that would be a handy thing. If you flew into Orlando, you could get a $30 shuttle to the cruise port, which isn't bad. You know, you always hear about these private limos, people getting all that, which costs them an arm and a leg. This makes reaching port easy. Orlando Airport, MCO, is the most popular airport for Port Canaveral. So the quick summary here is Melbourne Airport, MLB, is the closest airport to Port Canaveral, located just 27 miles south of the port. Travel times for Port Canaveral vary by airport: 45 minutes from MCO, 65 minutes from Sanford Airport, and 50 minutes from Melbourne. And then the final one, shuttle services this is real important, from MCO to Port Canaveral start at $30 per person, providing an affordable and convenient transfer option.
Yeah, that's not a bad price. Yeah. Very good.
So that's handy.
Yeah, that is handy.
And now, Nancy, your last news story of the day.
This is interesting. San Jose shipwreck expedition. A long-awaited expedition into an 18th century shipwreck in the Caribbean Sea has reportedly begun. The government of Colombia launched the deep-water expedition of the San Jose shipwreck last week, which is rumored to contain cargo worth billions of dollars. The galleon sank in 1708 en route to Cartagena, Colombia, after it was ambushed by an English squadron. Historians believe that roughly 600 people on the ship died, with very few survivors. The shipwreck is believed to contain 11 million gold and silver coins, along with emeralds and other valuable cargo. The San Jose was carrying chests full of jewels and gold coins when it sank on its way to King Philip V of Spain. Wow. Imagine diving and finding jewels.
And that's quite a bit.
That's a lot.
You wouldn't think it would have taken them till now to go down and find these, right?
No.
Okay, so we get to our rebus. If you think you might know the answer, throw it in.
You want me to guess
no,
now?
not yet. Throw it in the chat. And while we're doing that, I just want to conclude. We have a live this Sunday, 4 o'clock with Tanisha time.
Yes.
And then our game, we have a live next Wednesday, which will be on our 12:15 start time, noon time plus 15. Join us for that offbeat stuff of offbeat news in under 35 minutes. And we'll have another different rebus that one. And let's see. Did anyone? Let's see. I saw a guess earlier here. Okay. So what's your guess, Nancy?
I don't know. It's probably, I'm going to say you give what you get, or forgive and forget.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Forgive
Cruise
and
Nuts got it
forget?
too. Forgive and forget.
Forgive and
I'm not
forget.
Cruise Nuts.
Yeah.
Is it Cruise Nuts?
I got it.
No, Carnival Cruise Addicts got it.
Oh, okay. And I got it too.
Very good. That's
Hey.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Forgive and forget.
Forgive and forget.
If you're watching this in replay, please give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And we thank everyone for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate you, and stay young and have fun. Have a nice afternoon.
see. So we say goodbye. Have a nice week.